How are you guys doing?
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys as well. You all look stunning as always. And I'm assuming so do I.
Listen, I have this amazing game called Cards for Sharing, and the rules are very simple.
Just pick up a card, there'll be a question.
And answer it, be as vulnerable, be as open as you can.
Alright, so I'll pick up the card first. If your life was a movie, which song would be the title track?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes, Andy.
Oh.
Should that be easy for you? Yeah, come on.
Okay, help me out here. You guys know me.
What's your go-to drag song?
Baby, I'm a firework.
There we go. That's it.
A perfect 10 asks you out. Would you agree even if you don't vibe mentally? Definitely yes.
Ooh.
It's a 10.
If your best friend were to make your dating
Profile, what would it say? Oh my god!
This is epic.
You guys would definitely say, येड़ी है, थोड़ी सी पागल है, wheelchair jokes बहुत crack करती है, इस पे भरोसा मत कर.
एक और डालना था, not interesting.
Damn!
it would say, wow.
Yeah, that's a good one. It would say wow.
It would say wow.
I would totally say wow.
It
I would put
say
wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I love these cards though also.
They're so
yeah,
pretty.
they've got
I
little
love them.
illustrations. Okay, ready?
Yes.
It says one dish that reminds you
Of a childhood memory. This is very interesting. If it has to be a childhood memory, it would be associated with someone that I'm sharing that dish with.
my grandparents. I spent a lot of my primitive years with them. They were my primary caregivers.
Yeah.
Very, very gendered roles. Grandfather went out, did his social work. Grandmother stayed at home. One thing she made was bhindi or okra.
Love it.
Okay, and I didn't realize this, but my grandmother made the same menu every day for about a decade.
Wow.
My mom loves lasagna that I cook. And beans on toast and...
But then, mom के लिए pasta. दाल, चावल, खिचड़ी समझ में आता है, रोटी, सब्जी समझ में pasta.
Oh, there's a backstory to this because when I was really young, mom was really ill. So I had to be forced to learn how to cook, even when I didn't want to at the age of 12. So dal, sabzi, roti, chawal, पूरे घर के लिए रोज का बनाना ही पड़ता था. There was no choice, right? And I thought, okay, why not do something that my mom couldn't really do, or really pamper her with something new? And she loved trying things.
There was so much that she was trying to do with this thing, and bhindi is laborious. You have to take it, you have to like clean it, you have to fry it at the start, you make sure it's not slimy, you make sure it's not too. It is love. Like, you know, we're talking about love. That is how you show love.
And I think she was really open to that. And that's where our bandwagon of food and trying different dishes went on a different toll.
I could just hear her like, you know, stirring it slowly, and I'm just hearing this sound, you know, and these are her bangles.
Wow.
So when they came across the border, they didn't come up with anything except the little bit of gold they could like hide.
Sure.
And as I've been cooking professionally in kitchens, the professional script you get of like, you know, put your hair back, no earrings, get it. And I never take them off.
Aww, that's so sweet.
That's beautiful.
Oh.
Who is someone who changed your life? Wow. I would say that it's me who changed my life. All right. But it was enabled and there were a lot of catalysts. But I think the first person that really changed my life was Mabel D'Souza. She was a 4th grade teacher. And it's 4th standard, like 4th grade, like don't know anything. But what she said was so impactful for me. She told us, don't be a sheep.
Ooh, Mabel D'Souza. Okay.
Mabel D'Souza, shout out, Mabel, I love you. While she said that, there was fancy dress competition soon after that, and she was like, "You're gonna represent my class," and I was like, "What am I gonna become though?" And she always
like, I'm ready.
I can see little Sandy saying this.
And guess what she made me do? She made me a Barbie doll.
What?
That was the first time I ever did drag, and I had not met her by then. So she calls my parents and she takes this initiative, and my parents are no, because I come from a scheduled caste family, and we didn't have resources because also 6 kids, and then I'm the 7th one, and that also disparity of listening to like Kala, Kali, and all of those things, And anyways, so she was like, I will buy the costume for Sandy, and she bought me this blonde wig and a pink colored dress, and then I went on stage, and guess who won?
Obviously,
guess so.
Sandy, Solara. I want pictures.
Solara at that
I want
time was
pictures.
I know we have to see pictures at some point.
yes,
Okay.
fine. And this female changed my life. That's what she enabled it.
Amazing.
Thank you, Mabel, so much.
Mabel D'Souza,
What is the biggest challenge?
that you've overcome.
Wow. Yes.
Honestly, I think the biggest challenge is the way that people perceive me, the way that they have perceived me in the past. I was in a coma. You guys know that I was declared dead 3 times. After coming out of the coma, I was paralyzed from the neck down. And I tried reaching out to my friends. I was only 15. They literally just said that because I'm in a vegetative state, that I was a burden. That what would they do hanging out with someone who's technically a vegetable?
I don't think about it as much anymore because it was 11 years ago, but 11 years ago I got divorced, and like I knew I was queer since I was about 8 years old, but it took from like 8 to 32 to be like, what would it mean to live as a queer person versus just have it in my heart and not a thing that the world would need to know anything about. I was living in California at the time and just like crying a lot all the time and leaning on people for help, and like different people can do different things for you in your kind of chosen family at different times. So I had friends living across the street that were checking on me, making food for me, because all of a sudden I was also living alone for the first time after like 10 years. My mom came and stayed with me for like a couple of weeks during that time. My brother was there.
I also remember reaching out to my cousins and my family, my extended relatives. And they told my cousins, Virali ke saath mat hang out karo, because if you do, tumko bhi disability ho jayegi. So I've always been made to feel that I don't deserve the life that I have, or maybe that I'm worthless, or that I can't do what I want to do in life because my disability holds me back. And at one point of time, I did believe that. I truly felt helpless. I truly felt that maybe it would be just better if I died. And I did try to commit suicide twice, actually. And my mom was the one to make me realize that it's my life and I don't need to take anything from people. I don't need their opinions because their opinions are strictly opinions. And what I think about myself is what determines my life. And because of that, like I've overcome that and I just don't care about what people have to say. मेरी लाइफ है, मेरे को मचाना, मैं मचाऊंगी लाइफ में.
I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I'm grateful that Auntie actually was really that strong rock pillar to push you through.
Yeah.
I feel like it took a whole village to get me through that time to figure out who am I if I'm not using the word husband every day. About a year into the divorce, I got on stage because that's how I process a lot of things. So I got on stage and said I was queer for the first time out loud in public because it wasn't enough to just tell a friend. I had to tell an audience full of strangers. That was that. Okay, wow.
That's courageous. That's courageous. That's awesome. So proud of you. And it does take a village, I think.
It does. It really does.
How do you feel, Deb, about this entire sharing thing?
I mean, it's really nice to get to know you both more.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this, Virali. This is so cool. We should do this like very often, no?
We should, I
Yeah,
think.
we actually should.
You don't really get to go behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right.
And what made you? Like, what was that part of the puzzle that I'm
Yeah.
not seeing? And today it just felt like the jigsaw was complete.
It still takes that kind of understanding from the other end, the receiving end, to be able to, absorb that information or really respect it or give it that space to really come through naturally. And that's what happened here.
All right, should we take a big breath and go one more round?
Like I always say, एक और हो जाए.
हो सकता है.